Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got another repair video. Today we got a problem actually. We got a big problem. Last night I was riding over the bridge going to the beaches and I noticed I couldn't shift down. For some reason I couldn't shift down and I was in my highest gear and I was like trying to pedal up the hill and I couldn't, you know, I did it, but everybody was looking at me like I had not eaten my Wheaties this morning or whatever. This morning I pulled it apart and I found the problem, and it's with the shifting cable. And in this video we are going to go up to the bike shop, we are going to get a new shifting cable, and we are going to replace the shifting cable on my Bike Friday Diamond Llama. Okay, it's time to get going. I think the bike shop's open. They open at 11 o'clock. Anyways, we're gonna get going and hopefully get a shifter cable. Hopefully. It's gonna be really, really nice to have gears again. Okay, we're gonna go up to the Richie Rich bike shop and see if they got a shifter cable for this thing, or at least a universal shifting cable that we can cut the length or whatever. We'll see, but I'm kind of having my doubts. I need to fix my shifter. I need a shifter cable. See, that's just too marred up to fix.
How are you doing, sir?
Hey, I was wondering, do you guys carry shifting cables?
We do, yeah. Just the Shimano ones, just for the rear. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So basically, the housing's kind of screwed up. It broke. And you have the end caps and stuff for it, or?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to do card or cash?
I'll do card.
When that screen lights up, you can tap or inserts.
Oh.
That one right there, and then this one's your copy, and you're all good to go. You're all set.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Not a problem. You have a good day, man.
You too. Jesus, $35 for that cable, man. Wow. I remember spending like 10 bucks on those cables. It doesn't have to be high-end stuff, but apparently, like I said, that's all they carry. When you're selling Pinarellos and Ceravellos, you know it's a high-end bike shop. Steer clear. That's why I miss the bike shops in Denver, because they catered more to the lower-end market, and that's where most people are. Most people just want a regular bicycle. Most people don't want to spend $9,000 on a bicycle that really isn't worth it. So we need to go back to the storage unit, get some cutters, and we need to get some crimpers. Okay, got some cutters, and I'm going to go install this cable. Look at this, guys. It's like the key to my freaking scooter is rusting and corroding. Jeez, this place is no joke. All right, we're gonna replace the cable, and then I'm going to the beach and going to sleep. Okay, we gotta find a place to hold up and change this out. I would do it at that little picnic area over there, but that crazy nut bar lady is over there now. It's some homeless crack addict. I don't know, she talks to herself, she throws her arms and flails around a lot. Very uncomfortable person to be around. She's nuttier than squirrel turds, but she's there now and I don't want to go around her, so we'll just work in the parking lot over here and get the cable changed out. Got to get this bag off the front. I don't like doing this because this thing's a pain in the butt to get back on. We might be able to move it out of the way. We just need to be able to access this shifter. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen up this shifter, turn it around, access the actual cable end, and then we're going to pull it off from up here, route it right through the frame, and disconnect it from the rear derailleur. Now I need to get my rusting bike tool. All right, we're gonna loosen that up a little bit. And we can pull the shifter over upside down like this. So what you want to do first is you want to release the cable from the rear derailleur. So we get the appropriate size rusty hex bit and we basically relieve the tension and we loosen the cable up like that. Then we want to screw off the, you normally would lift up and then turn, but for some reason mine is being extremely tight. Don't know why. Ow! Normally that's supposed to spin really easy. In my case, it doesn't. But you're basically working this screw until it releases like that. And then you can pull that through like that. And now you've released the cable from the end on the derailleur. You're going to want to keep this piece. And you're going to want to keep these pieces. Pull the spring out. You're going to want to cut this little end off of it. So you're going to cut it like that. Then you can pull this piece out. Try to get that little cable end out. Mine, no wonder why mine was so hard to move. It's kind of corroded in there quite a bit. But you want to get that out of there. That's part of this old thing. So you just want this piece right here. Normally you would feed the cable up through the sheath all the way out the end of the shifter lever. But since mine is frayed, we're going to have to cut it right here. And now we can push this through, hopefully. We can pull this out. We'll set that down. And we should be able to pull this through. So you're pushing the cable through. Yeah, so the cable comes out the end. And that's it. We're replacing this piece too. But we'll get the rest of the cable out of there. It's all kinds of crap. You just want to make sure that it's free and there's not a lot of cables or binding stuff in there. We are going to feed this cable back through here and get it out of the bike. So we'll feed it back through here. I gave up trying to not be greasy. Just basically pulling the sheath out of it. There. There we go. Now we can install the new cable. But first we got to install the cable sheathing, which we have in this little bag right here. Got the cable and we got the sheathing. But first let's route the new cable sheath and put it in place. Hopefully he gave us the right length. He measured it out, so I think he did. Now, we got to get these pieces. Now you remove any broken cable that's still in them. This piece, the spring, stays in there. Let's see, we got to pull that out of there because that's part of the old cable. And now we can put the new cable in there, like so. And this is the part we're going to screw into the rear derailleur. But that's only after we stick this piece in place. So this spring loads and helps it hold in place once the cable is all put inside it. Kind of like that. We will screw this onto the rear derailleur like so. Now we got that in place. And now we can route our cable through somehow, some way. We just got to route it through the eyelets like this. Hopefully we can, and that looks like we can. Right here, for some reason, yeah, like that. My hands are getting all greasy. And we go through this hole right here and this hole right here. And we'll just pull the cable through. Yeah, you can tell this is the high dollar stuff that they put on tri-bikes and stuff. Mine is just a cheap cabling that came with the bike. So we come up around here and we want to hook it to the shifter lever. We're pretty much going to take the same three pieces here and we're going to put it on the end of the shifter. So what we need to do is put the spring back in place on this barrel whatever thing. And then this goes over top like, or maybe I got that wrong. No, I got it right. Kind of goes like that. See? That piece, spring on place. Stick that over the end of the cable sheathing and screw that right into the end of the shifter lever right there. So you get it all put together like there, but before you actually screw that in, you're going to want to feed the cable up through it. we're gonna go and get the cable, and we're gonna unwrap said cable, wound this all up. What a pain. So you feed it all the way back through here, and it should come out this side right here. Now, if you can't get your cable through, you might have to take this stuff back apart again and get it through and then put it all back together. But mine came through no problem. And then you're gonna attach that back to the hold down when the time is right. But we'll do that here in a minute because we wanna get the shifter in place before I start tightening things down. We are going to feed the cable into the housing here. You know I screwed up. I'm sitting there thinking and I'm like, me think if me messed up. Okay, pull the cable back out. Okay, don't be a moron like me. Actually feed the cable through the shifter first and then route it down to the back. Oh, you see the little hole in the shifter? You see it right there? You just feed that through. Should go through, hopefully, like that, and then pull it through. Like that. Then feed it into your cable. Now you're gonna feed it through, but before you do that, stick this stuff back on it. Uh-oh, we're missing a spring. Are you kidding me? So I gotta find it here. I probably lost it because I'm an idiot. Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Be careful to hold on to your stuff. Don't be like me and lose everything. Okay, so we fed it through the shifter, and now we're going to feed it into the shifter cable in. But first, we'll put the spring over this piece, put that over that piece, and then feed out. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm all freaking bloody thumbs today. Ah, gee whiz. All right, anyway, put this piece over that piece, and put this piece over that piece. And without launching it into the freaking grass, take it and put it over the cable in like that. And now we can feed the cable into this piece. And now we're safe. We're not gonna lose anything. Uh-oh, we're bottoming out. This ain't good. Yeah, that means it's not going through here, so we're gonna have to take that back off. And without losing this spring and that pieces, we'll pull the end off of that, like that, and we'll feed that cable through. There's that crazy crack lady. I guess she left the picnic area over there. That's why I'd love to be doing this repair right now instead of losing stuff in the pine needles. So we pushed it through, and now we're gonna put the end back onto the cable here, like so. And again, we'll put the spring back in there, and we will feed the cable through this until it's okay. So now we're gonna feed that through, and now we're gonna tighten that up, or at least lock it down where it doesn't move. All right, we'll tighten that down later. Come up here and do the same thing. All right, now the cable is in place. We're gonna lock it down in the bottom, and then we're gonna adjust. Now, essentially what you wanna do is you wanna shift into your highest gear. That would be the smallest gear on your cassette. Once it's in the highest gear, shift it from the shifter, and your chain is on the highest gear, you'll wanna pull this fairly tight and then tighten down the cable hold down. This will get you somewhat close. I think what we'll do is pull this tight. We'll cut it off in a minute. I want to make sure that things are going to work. It's working. Now we just need to do some fine adjustments. You'll use your barrel adjusters to kind of fine tune your adjustment. But once you got it pretty close, you want to cut your cable end like that. After that, you're going to want to put one of these caps on the end of it over here. That's if you don't drop it. But you're going to want to put the cap over the end right here. That way the cable ends don't fray. You do that like that. Then basically you're going to want to pinch it where it doesn't come off. And that's all she wrote. Everything else is just fine adjustments, which we will do when we take it for a ride and see how it's shifting. But first I'm going to put my bag back on and I'm going to put my stuff away and get out of this area so people stop looking at me really weird. Okay, I guess I did some fine adjustment. It's working, so I think it's nice to actually have gears back. All right, guys, we're gonna get geared up and head to the beach and get a couple of winks. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the repair video with your friendly neighborhood Nimrod that would lose his head if it wasn't attached. Sometimes I just wonder about myself. I'm gonna go grab some stuff and I'm gonna head to the beach. I will catch you guys in the next video. If you have any comments, questions, leave it down in the comment and questions section. Slap a like on the video if you like it. And don't forget, guys, if you really want to support me on Patreon, the link to Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee is down in the description below. Anything you guys do helps the channel out immensely, believe me. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all your support, and I will talk with you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.